Good morning, students. I just got done grading the first assignment, the first coding assignment for my COP 1000C course for all three courses. Keep in mind, I got three different classes for the same course. So the problems or the issues, the challenges, whatever you want to call them, were pretty much standard. And let me explain what I did. So if you did not comment correctly, or if you did not use a design tool, or you did not give me the proper screenshots, I only took off 1 point this one time. In the future, I'll take off whatever the rubric says for those. You must have comments, you must have screenshots, and you must have a design tool. A couple of y'all wrote me asking what a design tool was. That tells me that you're probably not paying attention to the videos. Several of you sent me emails asking me for input on something I was looking for in the rubrics, and it's clearly explained in the modules. Now, I suspect what a few of you have done, and I scolded you heavily for this, is that you're skipping straight to the assignment and you're not looking at the module content. Everyone, please listen. I do not take the time to make these movies and these videos because I have nothing to do in life. I'm here to help you. I want to develop you. I want to send you on to the next level. All right. I know a lot of you are still high school students. In fact, this semester is the first time this has ever happened. But I actually have two 14-year-old students because we have dual enrollment. All right. And it frustrates me when my dual enrollment 14-year-old students do everything exactly right the first time, and then I got 30-year-old adults that don't do things according to the rubrics. Okay, that tells me that I'm doing things correctly. So going forward, when you ask me a question on something that's in a module, that's in a video, that's in writing, that's in the rubrics, you're just going to get a little frowny face. Now let me show you what a frowny face is, so you know. All right, I'm not even going to elaborate on those things anymore. College requires that you do a little bit of effort on your part. So here's the frowny face. We all know what it is. That's what my answer is going to be. I don't have time. This is a college environment, all right? And you should be able to read instructions and follow instructions. That being said, this is also an online course. I know some of you aren't students that prefer online courses. Not my problem. We've all been thrown into this situation. At some point in time, we'll have face-to-face again, but with COVID, it's the best way that we can provide an education. An online course requires that the student applies a little bit of extra effort and goes out there and research. It just so happens that's one of my skill traits that I'm trying to teach you and build on. When you get out in the real world, if your boss has to explain everything to you, you're going to be out the door. When you get out in the real world, it's not like high school. It's not like some of these easy jobs that are out there. Your boss is not going to help you. If everything has to be explained in detail, you will be out the door. I'm trying to do you all a favor. I'm trying to work with you. Now, a lot of you did really good work, and I appreciate that. Some of you made movies. The movies aren't required, folks, but man, oh man, do they ever make grading on my end easier. When you have to grade 100 and some papers in one day, plus all the bios, plus everything else, it's a lot of work. And when I grade anything that has an exe file, which is your compiled code, I have to turn off my antivirus because it slows down the downloading, it slows down the folder processing, and all that. So there's a lot of work that goes into grading the exe files. Let me see. Some of the emails you all sent me, I replied back kind of harsh. I'm trying to get everybody in line. All right, I'm trying to work with you again. I'm trying to whip you into shape. This is very much a boot camp, real world environment that I teach from. I know some of the other professors may not do that. I know some of the other campuses won't do that, but that does you nothing. When they're coddling you and they're baby spoon feeding you, it does nothing for your real life skills. And again, I've had many students that hated me, bitched about me, said I sucked and everything else. But you know what? Some of those students are some of my best friends now in life because I've helped them out. They keep contact. They check in with me, and they thank me for basically busting their asses. No nice way to say it. So I'm here to help you, okay? Again, a lot of you did great work. I can't remember what Maggie Ray did that was exceptional. Maybe she was the whiteboard, but there's a couple student names that stick out. They did some things that were above and beyond what I was looking for. And as I get to know all of you, and I will, by the end of the semester, I'm going to know each and every one of you personally. I often call people or I ask them to make meetings. I've already talked to probably about a dozen people in my coding classes. I've emailed some people back and forth, more personal emails. I do have some time on my hands, so I like to personally get involved with people, get to know them. Plus, that increases my network. Keep in mind that I have people that call the school and reach out looking for employees. who do you think I'm going to refer to a potential employer? It's going to be my top students, the ones I develop a relationship with, the ones that get it in life, the ones that do the extra research, the ones that go the extra mile, the ones that have the great design tools, the ones that have the great comments. Oh yeah, some of you ask about comments. There's a video on this. In fact, I think there's several videos. Each line of code inside your source code needs to be commented. Make sure you comment that. That prevents cheating, and it tells me that you absolutely know what's going on. I guarantee you, and a couple people did, they went out and they copied the source code and they pasted it and sent it in as their assignment. I had one person that copied like 52 lines of code in C+, a different language, and it actually included comments that were from somebody else, all right, and submitted as their work. Unfortunately, a student like that's not going to make it very far. You have to put forth some effort. Keep in mind that there are tutors available in the labs. Sometimes I run hot and cold with them. You are free to reach out with the tutors. Neil and Charlie in one of my classes sent up or Charlie as I like to call her. It's spelled Charlay, but her parents, she told me her parents went overboard, which I absolutely love. She's got a great personality. She's fun to talk to. Charlie and Neil set up a Discord channel. I know that people have been on there. I go on there and I kind of watch in the background. I will not help you with code. I will not pre-look your code before you submit it. A couple people called and said, hey, can you look at my code and make sure it's done right? No, I'll look at it when I grade it. Your job is to make sure it's done right. I suggest you take the rubrics. It'll be the same for all submitted code work that you do. I'll let you know if I change it, but it'll probably stay the same all the time. Make sure you follow that. Make sure you use this checklist. Make sure that you have screenshots showing your code compiling, screenshots showing your code being testing. Movies, again, are great, but they're not required. Make sure you have a design tool. Make sure you have comments. Basically, if you really, really, really look at that rubrics, you could probably turn in bad code and still get a C in this class. I've kind of done the math. If you do the screenshots and you do the compile video or the compile thing, and you do the design tool and you do some comments, by the time you get and you zip everything up in one folder, oh yeah, make sure the folder has your name on it. I didn't ask for that, but it makes it a lot easier on my side. If everybody turns in hello world, it makes it hard for me to go back and look at your code later on if I decide to look at something specific. So make sure your last name is on that folder when you zip everything up. Make sure it's on the zip file. Several of you didn't include the screenshots in the comments and the design tool, which I don't understand. I had videos. I suspect these were the students that skipped the content. Going forward, I'm not going to have any sympathy for you. We all know where you can find sympathy in the dictionary. All right. If you need any elaboration on that, I'll let you know. It's an old joke from the Navy. Otherwise, for those of you that probably 80, maybe even 90%, you did excellent work, so I'm very happy. Keep in mind the assignments are going to get more difficult as we go forward. So for those procrastinators, it's Monday 10:30, and we have several students that still haven't submitted homework. All right, you people that like to procrastinate and wait till Sunday night, okay, sending them an email saying you don't understand something is not going to get you any sympathy. All right, and if I see that you're doing that week after week, I will take off points. Again, if you're just a day or two late, normally on these, I won't gig you too much. It's not fair to the students that submitted everything on time. If you're late week after week, I understand that things come up. If you're late one time, I'll probably look the other way. But after that, I'm going to have to start taking off points. Again, you all are competing against each other, so it's not fair to the students that got everything in. It's not fair to those two 14-year-old students that got everything in and included everything if I make exceptions for some of the rest of you. Sorry, it's real life, folks. It's the way it is. I am going to put out a Tim's Tech Tips, which this week I think the topic is going to be how to survive in my class and how to be successful in the real world on coding. So look for that Wednesday. I think I'm going to do it at 4 o'clock, and it will be a Zoom message. So I'll send out an invite to everybody that's in my in all my classes this semester. There'll be 7 courses there, hopefully. Hopefully I'll get a few people from each course. And in that, you can ask online questions, and I'll probably take attendance and give like 25 extra points for those who attend. Now, for those of you that can't attend, you won't get extra credit. All right. If enough of you say, "Hey, look, on Wednesdays at 4, I have to work," I may make another time during the week, maybe on a different day or maybe later at the night. I'll think about that. At this point in time, it's only going to be on Wednesdays, but we are going to record those sessions, and I will post those on YouTube so people can watch them. When you're in that, keep in mind that that is a school function, and with minors in our courses, we actually have several people under 18. There's to be no swearing, no bad language. Everything's got to be kept professional. I will do my best to stick by that. Keep in mind I'm an old Navy salt, so every now and then I have a slip of the tongue. Anyways, folks, great job overall. I know I'm a little bit gruffy at times, but I'm trying to develop you for the real world. Take care, and I'm looking forward to week 2. Thank you. Bye-bye.